It's your boy Beats by Ash, back at it again with another banger of video. We are here at the first in-person One Piece Regional, and I'm here with
Daniel Heffner.
And what place did you get, bro?
Fourth.
And what deck were you on?
Doflamingo.
Okay, the goo?
Yeah.
What were your matchups throughout the tournament?
I played one Crocodile first round, and then I played, I think it was Dofi Mirror. Trying to remember. Round 3 was Luffy. Round 4 was, I believe, Whitebeard. Round 5 was another Mirror. Round 6 was Kinemon. Round 7 was Zoro. Or was it you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And then round 8 was Zoro. And then round 9 was I think Kinemon again. So I think no, it was Whitebeard. I played Whitebeard around that.
I would have killed for your matchups.
I played 3 mirrors.
And in Top Cut?
In the Top Cut, I played Kinemon round 1 and won that. And then next round was Zoro. I won that, and then I lost to Whitebeard in the next round.
Sweet. All right, let's get into the deck profile.
All right. So first, I got 3 of the law blockers. Just 1 cost blocker, always good. I'm not running the 4 because there is a tendency to like pop stuff with like Vista and stuff early and just kill them. So I think they're gone down a little bit in utility and play, but I still think you still want some variety of them. And then next is Perona. Obviously, she's the searcher of the deck, sets you up, lets you play all the cards, 7 warlords off the top of the sea. She's a must for Dofi. And next I have 3 Alvida. She's just a 2K counter, pretty much. I was at one point cutting down to the counters, and I was playing Brick Fist, I think it's called, where you bounce a 4 cost or less.
Yep.
But you just need the counters. You need the 2K counters to survive in the meta.
Did you ever think about playing a 4th?
I've thought about it, maybe for another card. I'm playing a 6-drop Luffy, I'll show you.
Okay.
But that's maybe one of the weaker cards, but for now I think 3 feels pretty solid. And then next you have 4 Doflamingo, same as Perona, and he's a blocker. I mean, he's just at the right stat line, being 4,000. Can't be blocked or popped by Vista, Whitebeard, Robin, all that good stuff. So he's just really solid for the deck. It sets you up as well. And next Moria, 4 of him. He 7 Warlord, great effect when you flip it. Get a card back, even if you're not flipping it off a Doflamingo ability. It's just an extra card. I mean, you can't beat that. Just because card draw is pretty limited right now in One Piece. Getting an extra card back is pretty huge. And then you got 4 of the Mihawk, another 2K counter, 7 Warlord. I did play a couple times where I attacked with them, which is kind of rare, but I mean it helps to filter out. Like if you have draw a bunch of high drops, 7 drops, 9 drops, get rid of those, trash them, look for like counters or other cards to play. And then 2 Whitebeard. He's pretty good. I mean, I think he's lost a little bit of power in this meta where you're trying to just play bigger minions, it seems like, and go big instead of go wide. And usually a lot of the stuff you want to bounce has an on-play ability anyway, so it's like, or you don't want to bounce because it has on-play ability, but there's not like really like a whole lot of cards in the meta that are good for bouncing, I should say. So I just played 2 of them.
I agree.
And then next I play 4 of the Gecko Moria, 6,000 power. Pretty big in this format with Whitebeard being so strong. That means that you can just swing in and not have to have any Dawn on them, and you're most likely getting a card out of their hand.
How relevant was the 1K for you?
It's pretty huge in a lot of matchups outside of just Whitebeard too. Like it goes into the 4-drop Green Yamato well, because she's 6K as well.
Okay.
Also, you just have to have 1 Dawn, attach it, you're hitting at 7, which is huge because you know it's 2 cards if it's a 5K leader, so that's pretty massive. So just all around, even though no effect, just the body is just such an important thing. And then next I played 4 of the Bartholomew Kuma, blocker, 7 Warlord, great on play effect. It's probably one of my favorite cards in the deck, honestly.
100%, mine as well.
I love that it's so hard for people to play around because they don't know if you got another pacifista in hand or not. So they're like, should I attack it and kill it and maybe risk them bringing something else out, or should I just leave it and try to like ignore it and just go for like face or something and try to like maybe race or play the game that way. And next I have 2 of the 4-cost blocker pacifista. I really like it. The blockers. I like to play the game a little bit more defensively, so I like more blockers. Also, it takes people off surprise because everybody I've seen mostly runs a 6K pacifista that doesn't have blockers, so it's an extra blocker out of hand that they don't really think about a lot of times. So it kind of gets them where
Definitely took me by surprise.
Yeah. So I like that. I like to take life early in the game also to try to like see my hand, filter it out, get like more cards in my hand, so I can fill out my curve. And then later on, having 2 blockers essentially back to back off of Kuma into the pacifist is pretty huge for like defending your life later in the game. And next I have 2 of the 6,000 pacifista. I mean, like I said, Kuma's one of the best cards, one of my favorite cards in the deck, and I think just it's so hard for people to play around that card. And just dropping to 6K is huge. Like I said, the stat line's nice from Gecko Mori 6K. Can swing into Whitebeard, pull 1 Dawn on it. You're getting 2 cards out of their hand, so that's pretty massive. And next, I have 4 of the 4-drop Boa. She's 7 Warlord. Fills Dofi's ability to get a free card off the deck. She has blocker, love that. Dawn on her, you can attack or draw, or attack or block, and if you have 5, draw. That's huge. Like I said, card draw's kind of limited. Seeing extra cards is huge. So she just does a lot, and I think she has counter. I mean, she does it all, in my opinion.
Do you usually summon her off the top in the early or late if you see multiple targets in stack?
I try to summon her late. I think because your hand usually is bigger in the early game, so if you're trying to activate her ability, it's not going to be active usually. So I try to do it later in the game where I'm getting it off the stack, because then it'll fulfill our condition of 5 or less cards usually in hand.
That's a good point.
To draw an extra card. And then next I play 1 into the 6-cost Luffy.
The spice.
Yes, this is a little bit of a tech. I kind of wanted it for 8-cost kid. If I ever saw it, I mean, it seems like it. I played a few times. So if they go, if they're playing 8-cost kid, and they play kid, play a blocker with like his effect, or have a blocker on the field, this can get around it. You just put like maybe all the Dawn on it. Put max Dawn on them. Use his ability to swing into the kid. They usually can't defend it with counters, because usually 8-cost kid. The problem with killing 8-cost kid is that they have a blocker out. So if you put too much Dawn, they're just going to use a blocker. If you put too little, they're just going to counter out of it. So I think he has a little bit of a workaround of getting around that. And I mean, I played a game round 2. It was a mirror. It was the very last end of the game, and he had a blocker out, and I just needed to bounce it, and it was just I bounced it. Like, just get off the board. So even if it's not like attacking, you just saw his on playability is pretty huge of just getting a blocker out of the way and swinging in. Next, I played 3 Doflamingo. Card's just solid.
Don't see a lot of people play this, honestly.
Okay, well, I like it because it seems like Whitebeard wants to drop like a minion. They usually don't have like small minions, so they have like 4 costs and up. And being able to bounce something and gain tempo is pretty huge. I mean, it's not just Whitebeard, it's a lot of decks. I mean, so I like that fills out the curve kind of. If I don't have like, I don't have like another flip coming. Like, so you play like Pronom 1, flip on 3, flip on 5, Doflamingo on 7, and then Mihawk on 9, which is the next card. It just is a great curve. It's hard for any deck to beat that.
For sure.
And next is 3 Mihawk. I thought about playing 4. I played 4 down in the Treasure Cup. It worked out. But there's just times where it's just so hard to do something else besides just play Mihawk in the turn. And I mean, his effect's amazing, but sometimes you just need to like if you're playing Doflamingo, you have 3 Dawn to do like other things, like attach a Dawn to Boa, leave up 2 Dawn for Love Love Mellow. So I think 3's kind of the sweet spot for me. And then lastly, there's 3 event Love Love Mellow. Just counter power, draw.
Is there a reason you didn't play 4 of this?
I just want, it goes back to the Alvita, where I just kind of want more 2K counters with the because we're playing the Brick Break. I think that's what it's called, where you bounce a 4 cost for 2 on main. I just wanted more actual non-Dawn spent counter, so I think 3 is like a pretty solid spot.
Makes sense with the large number of big drops that you have.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for this profile, Daniel.
Right.
Is there any other changes you would make to the deck?
Like I said, maybe Luffy, because Kid's just not being played right now. I figured Kid would be starting to see a little bit more popularity. You could maybe drop Kid for Alvita, another 2K counter, maybe Love Love Mellow. But other than that, I like where it's at.
Okay. And you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, shout out to my friends who came up with me and my dad, supported me and cheered me on during the tournament. It was really awesome of them.
Awesome. Thank you so much for getting this far in the video. As always, make sure to leave a like and turn the notification bells on. And as always, if it's not the goo, it's got to go. Peace.
Ooh, is that indigo?